Hola Booktube, Emilio Suarez here, and this is gonna be a very short video. I just want to show you the books that I have around the house, books that I used to read when I'm in a specific room of the house. This is not a collection video where I'll show you all the books that I have. It's not like that. It's much more simpler than that. So I'm just gonna show you three books. This is a very small house. Has two rooms, but still small. One bathroom, one living room, and one kitchen. Because who needs two kitchens? I don't know. Anyway, the first book that I want to show you, it's this one. This is the one that I'm currently reading, War of the Worlds. Reading it in the Spanish version, La Guerra de los Mundos, by H.G. Wells, of course. And the translation is by Julio Vizcarreza. So this is the one that I have in my nightstand, in my room, the other room where I sleep. This is not the room where I sleep. This is just like an empty room where I put the shelves and I have my desk and I write. I have my laptop here. It's kind of a studio. I don't consider it like that. Just a space to not being in my room like flat because I will fall asleep. And this book, I'll take it everywhere. I'm not just leave it there to read the book when I'm going to sleep. If I go out, I take the book with me and I read it. And I always like to have books in my nightstand. Books that I read, of course, not books just to show. My mom was having kind of a little bit of a discussion, but not fighting or anything, with another member of my family who says that reads a lot. My mom reads a lot, faster than me and more than me, and I really envy that from her in a good way. And when the other family person was saying like, well, I read every single time, and my mom said, no, you don't. And the other person said, yes, I do. No, you don't, because every person that reads always have a book in his nightstand, and you don't have to. So, or in your bed, and you don't have one, so you don't read. And probably that's not true for everybody because there are different ways of reading or having your things set in your home. But I know what she tries to say. I mean, it's like you love to read even if you don't read a book or you're not reading something in the moment, but you love to read. You try to have books even if you don't read them because you don't have the time. But you have to have, you at least try to have one as close as you can from you, because in case you can get 5 minutes off and read something. I find that kind of cute in a certain way. Anyway, the second book I want to show you is this one, Redacción Sin Dolor. Yes, it's in Spanish by Sandro Cohen. And it's a book about writing, but not writing like how to write a novel or something. It's about how to. The translation would be like writing without pain, just in case, or drafting without pain. You can maybe look for the translation of this if you feel more secure about what it says here. But it's a book about how to construct sentences, what arbs are, what verbs are, adjectives, how to use them, all of those things. And I really like this kind of books. There are a lot of books like this that are just a pain. But this one's gonna have to be a little bit of a pain because there's a lot of words that you need to understand what they do. But it's a very fun, easy book to read and to learn from it. I don't have any rush on reading this in one sitting. I just have it in my coffee table in the living room, so any time I'm making myself a coffee every morning and just sit there instead of going through my cell phone. I just pick the book and read maybe a chapter or a section, learn all that I can from it, and just leave it there. Every single day, I try to learn something new and put it into practice. Of course, every time I read or write something, I try to write the best way I can. And Spanish, it's very difficult, even from people who speak Spanish. It's very difficult. There's a lot of rules, lots and lots and lots of rules, and it's not like it's difficult. It's you will never going to speak Spanish or something because you can learn every language that you can. You just need time and discipline. But well, when you know a language, and sometimes people don't kind of study their own language enough because they already know what it means, what everything means. But for writers, it's very important to know as best as you can your language. And the third book, of course, it's this one because I don't know, The Rhetoric of Fiction by Wayne C. Booth. This is the book that I have, of course, in the bathroom because you have to have something to read in the bathroom. And as you can see, I haven't got there. Not that I don't want to talk about me going to the bathroom, but this is another book that I'm in no rush to read. I bought this book like 5 years ago. I was reading everything that I could find about screenplays, and I found a book that kind of, like I really liked. The book is Story by Robert Mckee. I lent the book, and probably I will never go to see it again, so probably I'm gonna have to buy another one. But I have it in Spanish also, and I have it. If, yes, I have one in Spanish. Also, the Spanish version is called Gyan, like screenplay. And it's not that it's like the best book ever. I'm talking about the story book. But the things that the book was talking about were things that make me think a lot, and I liked that aspect. There were a lot of rules, a lot of things, but it talked a lot about the way a writer should see what it's writing. And probably most of you, what you read or write are novels or short stories. But that's a book for everybody who writes any kind of fiction. So I recommend it if you are interested. I don't have it with me. I don't know how to put it here, and I'm not gonna put the Spanish version in here. But I'm gonna left a link down below from Goodreads, so you can read everything about it. If you are interested, you can read it. And while I was reading that book, I was looking in the back about all the books that Robert Mckee used to write the storybook, and I found this one, so I just bought it. It cost me like a couple of bucks. I bought it used, of course, and I pick it now because I saw it there, like laughing at me, and I said, you know what, you're going to the bathroom because you're laughing at me, and I put it there, and I start reading it, and I kind of understand it a little bit more. I don't know why I say a little bit more because this is the first time I read it, but I think if I have read this book or start reading this book like 5 years ago, I wouldn't understand anything. Now I can understand more because 5 years ago I haven't read as much of books as I have read now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna start this video all over again. And 5 years ago, I haven't written as much as I have written now. 5 years ago, I haven't seen my life as I see it today. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. See, if I edit, I could edit those sneezes, but I'm not gonna edit anything. Because if you don't sneeze, you're not a human being. Anyway, this book. And 5 years ago, I didn't know what booktube was. And I couldn't find a lots of people that I find in booktube um, that can teach me things and see things in a different way and look at books and stories in a different way that I used to look at them. So now it's a little bit kind of more easier for me to understand what it says. There's a lot of things in here for just for this little pages. I even have a pencil there. And these are my bookmarks. I just put the paper in there. Just need to mark it, even if I have the pencil that marks them. But anyway, now I want to read every single book that this book mentions in the discussions. So this book probably I'm gonna finish it in like 5 more years, because I like to read the books that other books mention, so I can kind of understand more what they're talking about, or just because I found it interesting and I want to know what's that book about, how I can use it to understand what this book is telling me. So that is it. Only 3 books. I don't have books in the kitchen because I can burn them. And I don't have, yes, I have books here. So the only room I don't have books is in the kitchen. I don't even have cooking books because I don't like cooking books. Who needs cooking books? Maybe a lot of people need cooking books. But I use the internet, so thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed, and if you haven't seen my first vlog discussion about how to find new ways to encounter new books, you can click right here. And if you haven't seen my Let's Talk about the last book that I've read, you can click right here, and please click there a lot because that's the video that less people have seen. People don't like reviews. They're not as entertaining, but just try to if you want to. Okay, not you can check all my other videos. Thank you so much, and I'll see you around. Okay, gracias BookTube.